University Challenge. Asking the questions, Jeremy Paxman.
Hello. Whichever team wins tonight will go through to the second round. The losers could go through as well if they're among the 4 highest scoring losing teams from these first round matches. So it's in both teams' interests to try to get through as many questions as possible tonight. The fixture is between a 15th century college and a 19th century civic university. Christ College, Cambridge, traces its origins to 1437 when the priest William Bingham set up God's House for the training of grammar school teachers, and in 1505 it was refounded as Christ's College by Henry VII's mother. Alumni include Charles Darwin, Earl Mountbatten, Sacha Baron Cohen, and most famously the poet Milton, whom the college celebrates by dancing round the mulberry tree under which he's supposed to have written Lycidas, and by kissing the poet's bust in the dining hall after formal dinner, a practice in which hygiene appears to come a very poor second to tradition. Tonight's team have an average age of 20. Let's meet them.
Hi, I'm Jack Belloli. I'm from Isleworth in West London, and I'm reading English.
Hello, I'm Joe Wormswell. I'm from the London Borough of Newham, and I'm studying for a doctorate in astrophysics.
And their captain.
Hi, I'm Natasha Simonova. I'm originally from Moscow, and I'm studying for an MPhil in Renaissance literature.
Hello, I'm Alexander Greaves. I'm from London, and I'm studying biological natural sciences.
Liverpool University is a relative newcomer by comparison, receiving its charter in 1903, although it dates back to 1882 when the city's University College opened its doors to a mere 45 students. Tonight's 4, with an average age of 21, are playing on behalf of 21,000, who in the past have included the Poet Laureate Carol Ann Duffy, the former head of MI5 Dame Stella Rimington, and the actress Patricia Routledge. North Wales provided the distinctively coloured building materials used by Alfred Waterhouse for his Gothic construction, thereby coining the term for a whole generation of large urban universities. Let's meet the team from the original Red Brick.
Hello, I'm Andrew Dubzhansky. I'm from Colchester, and I'm currently studying from MSCI in geology.
Hi, I'm Daniel Jameson. I'm from Wigan, and I'm currently studying geography.
And their captain.
Hi, I'm Chris Murphy. I'm from Liverpool, and I'm studying medicine.
Hi, I'm Dave McLeod. I'm from London, and I'm studying for a PhD in climatology and epidemiology.
Well, the rules are the same as ever. 10 points for starters, 15 for bonuses, 5-point penalties for incorrect interruptions to starter questions. Fingers on the buzzers. Here's your first starter for 10. Answer in French or in English. In French literature, the choice is open to the protagonist of which novel of 1830 by Stendhal?
Christ Simonova.
The Red and the Black?
Yes, Le Rouge et le Noir. Correct. So, Christ, you get the first set of bonuses. They're on people born in 1910. Firstly, for 5 points, the US physicist William Shockley and his team at Bell Laboratories made a major technological breakthrough in 1947 when they produced the first working example of what general type of mechanism fundamental to the electronics industry?
A transistor?
Correct, the point contact transistor. Secondly, for 5 points, one of the first European jazz virtuosi, which Belgian-born guitarist formed the Quintet du Haut Club de France with Stéphane Grappelli in 1934 and later toured with Duke Ellington?
Nominate Belloli.
Adolphe Sax?
No, it was Django Reinhardt. And finally, noted for contemporary reinterpretations of Greek myth, which French dramatists' works include Médée, Antigone and La Machine Infernale?
Jean-Henri. Jean-Henri.
Nominate Belloli.
Jean-Henri.
Correct. Another starter question. A Eurasian species of the family Mustelidae, formerly widespread throughout the UK, what is the common name of Lutra lutra, now protected? The decline in its numbers is believed to have been halted, with the Shetland Isles hosting around 12% of the UK's breeding population.
Christ Simonova.
The Red Squirrel?
No, anyone want to buzz from Liverpool? It's the otter. Another starter question. The Toronto Maple Leafs, Montreal Canadiens and the Edmonton Oilers are among professional teams in which winter sport?
Christ Greaves.
Ice hockey.
Ice hockey is right. Your bonus is now are on Fictional Pigs, Chris. Which fictional pig was credited as the author on the cover of an encyclopedia of food published in 1932? The actual author being Hugh Lofting, who featured the animal in several of the Dr. Dolittle stories.
Toby?
No, it's Gub Gub. In the novels of P.G. Wodehouse, Lord Emsworth's prize-winning sow, the Empress of Blandings, is a remarkably plump specimen of which breed of pig?
Gloucester Old Spot.
No, it's a Berkshire. Which prize boar, described in Animal Farm as a purebred middle white, is exhibited by the Joneses under the show name of Willingdon Beauty? Let's have an answer, please.
Old Major.
Okay. Old Major?
Correct. Another starter question. Meanings of what five-letter word include a mobile platform for a film or video camera and its operator, a machine for punching iron, a wooden appliance used to stir clothes in a wash tub?
Liverpool Murphy.
Dolly.
Dolly is right, yes. So you're off the mark, Liverpool, and your first bonuses are on the Italian preacher Girolamo Savonarola. Which religious order, also known as the Black Friars, did Savonarola enter in 1474, later becoming its vicar general?
I've heard of it. No idea.
Dominicans, Franciscans.
Dominicans?
Correct. The Arrabbiati, or Angry Ones, was the name of the Florentine party formed in opposition to Savonarola. His followers were given what name, possibly indicating the penitence they professed?
Penitenti?
They were weepers, whiners or snivellers. And finally, viewing the event as God's means of ridding Florence of immorality, Savonarola welcomed the invasion of Italy in 1494 by which country?
Is it the Holy Roman Empire? Maybe France.
Could be. Do you think
Barbarossa. It's not country, is it?
No.
I'd say France.
France?
Correct. We're going to take a picture round now. For your picture starter, you'll see the script of a fictional language. 10 points if you can name the literary work in which it appears.
Christ Simonova.
The Lord of the Rings?
It is The Lord of the Rings, yes. That was the Black Speech of Mordor. So following on from Tolkien's fictional language, three constructed alphabets that have all appeared on screen. I want you to identify the film or television series in each case. Firstly, for 5, in which series of films did this language appear?
Yes, why not?
Star Wars?
Star Wars is correct. Secondly, in which television series franchise did this language appear?
Stargate? SG-1?
Correct. And finally, in which film and television series franchise did this script appear?
Star Trek.
Correct. Klingon. Another starter question now. Listen carefully, answer as soon as you buzz. An aspiring academic based in Berlin flies to Stockholm and then Warsaw to attend seminars and then continues to Helsinki to take up a new post. When drawn on a map, what capital letter does her route most closely describe?
Liverpool Dobzhansky.
N.
N is correct, yes. Right, your bonuses this time, Liverpool, are on biological pigments. Firstly, what name is given to the group of yellow, orange, red and brown pigments chemically related to terpenes with the general formula C40HX, which are responsible for the characteristic colour of many plant products and are accessory pigments in photosynthesis?
No idea.
No.
They're carotenoids. Derived from the breakdown of haemoglobin, which pigment is stored in the gallbladder and is responsible for the yellow coloration of the eyes and skin in jaundice?
Bilirubin?
Correct. Which pigments are derived from the amino acid tyrosine, cause the pigmentation of eyes, skin and hair in vertebrates and help protect against the effects of ultraviolet radiation?
Melanin?
Correct. Another starter question now. Which object in the solar system consists of more than 99% of the total mass of the solar system?
Christ Swanswell.
The sun.
The sun is right. And your bonuses, Christ, are on musical catalogues. The Kirkle catalogue is a full chronological listing of the compositions of which composer whose works in the list are each assigned a unique K number?
Mozart?
Correct. K527 is the number of which of Mozart's operas? It contains the catalogue aria in which the servant Leporello recounts a list of the eponymous hero's many sexual conquests.
Don Giovanni?
Correct. Which work is the last on Kirkle's list? It has the number K626 and was written in 1791, which was also the year of Mozart's death.
The Requiem Mass?
In D minor is right. 10 points for this. Derived from the Greek to show side by side, what word is a grammatical term for a systematic arrangement of all the inflected forms of a word, and more commonly, an ideal example that provides a model to be emulated?
Christ Simonova.
Paradigm?
Paradigm is correct. Your bonuses now are on constitutional history, Christ. What attempted action by Charles I prompted the then Speaker of the House of Commons to say, "I have, sir, neither eyes to see nor tongue to speak in this place, but as the House is pleased to direct me, whose servant I am"?
The attempted arrest of the 5 members.
That's correct, of the Long Parliament. The 5 members had been accused by the King of treason. For 5 points, name 2 of them.
Pym and Apton?
Pym and?
Hampton.
Hampton, yes, I'll accept that. I think it was a misunderstanding between the 2 of you. The others were Arthur Hazelrig, Denzil Hollis and William Strode. And finally, for 5 points, the confrontation between Charles and Parliament had been precipitated by a Commons vote in November 1641 on a list of grievances against the King, known by what 2-word name?
The Grand Remonstrance.
The Grand Remonstrance?
Correct. Another starter question. The subject of which painting was described by Walter Pater in 1873 as older than the rocks among which...
Christ Simonova.
The Mona Lisa?
Yes. Your bonuses, Christ, are on US scientific research facilities. Firstly, which major facility of the US Department of Energy was founded in Tennessee in 1943 to enrich uranium and produce plutonium for the Manhattan Project?
We don't know, sorry.
It's Oak Ridge National Lab. Originally called M for Monster, which accelerator facility is located less than a mile from the San Andreas Fault?
The Stanford Linear Accelerator?
That is absolutely correct, yes, the SLAC National Accelerator is usually called. And finally, founded in 1967, the National Accelerator Laboratory in Illinois was renamed in 1974 in honour of which Italian-born physicist?
Fermi.
Enrico Fermi is correct. 10 points for this. What term can mean in biochemistry a sequence of polynucleotides that ends transcription? In genetics, a gene in a genetically modified crop that stops the plant from setting fertile seed. And in astronomy, the boundary between the light and dark sides of the moon.
Christ Swanswell.
Terminator.
Correct. Your bonuses now are on a game, Christ. Usually known by its Japanese name, what game of territorial capture is played using black and white stones on a 19 by 19 board?
Go.
Go is correct. The Master of Go is a novel of the 1950s by which writer, the first Japanese winner of the Nobel Prize for Literature?
Murakami.
No, it's Kawabata. And finally, in combinational game theory, Go is viewed as belonging to the same class as which game named after a Shakespearean tragic hero?
Othello.
Othello's right. We're going to take a music round now. Your music starter is a piece of popular music. 10 points if you can identify the artist performing and the title of the song.
Oh, where have you been, my blue-eyed son? And where have you been, my darling young one? I've stumbled on the side of 12 yesterday.
Liverpool Murphy.
Bob Dylan, The Times Are Changing.
Anyone want to buzz from Christ? You can hear a little bit more if there's any left.
Mountains. I've walked and I crawled on 6 crooked highways.
None of you know. You were right, it was Bob Dylan, but it's A Hard Rain's Gonna Fall. So, music bonuses shortly. 10 points for this starter question. Fingers on the buzzers, please. Its use described in Aldous Huxley's Doors of Perception and containing the psychoactive alkaloid mescaline.
Liverpool MacLeod.
Oh, mescaline, sorry.
I'm afraid you lose 5 points. Psychoactive alkaloid mescaline, the mescal button or peyote, belongs to which group of plants?
Chrysimonova.
Mushrooms?
No, they're cactuses. 10 points for this. Flood and Beyond Black are works by which British writer whose novel Wolf Hall, an account of Thomas Cromwell's...
Liverpool MacLeod.
Hilary Mantel.
Correct. Well, the Bob Dylan song you didn't identify, A Hard Rain's Gonna Fall, was adopted as the anthem of the UN Climate Change Conference at Copenhagen in 2009. Your music bonus is 3 cover versions of that Bob Dylan song, 5 points for each performer you can identify. Firstly...
And it's hard, and it's hard, and it's hard, and it's hard. It's a hard rains are gonna fall. Oh, what did you see?
Not Dolly Parton.
Karen Carpenter?
No, it's Joan Baez. Secondly?
And it's a hard, it's a hard, it's a hard, and it's a hard, it's a hard rain's gonna fall. And what did you mean?
No ideas on this one?
No.
That was Barbara Dixon. And finally, who's this?
And it's a hard, and it's a hard, and it's a hard, and it's a hard, and it's a hard rains are gonna fall. What did you see, my blue eyes?
No.
Amazing how quickly these people fade. That's Brian Ferry. Right, 10 points for this. Although he makes no such claim himself, genealogically speaking, Franz, Duke of Bavaria, born 1933, is the senior heir of which possible alternative British royal house?
Christ-Simonova.
Stuart?
Yes, the Jacobites. Your bonuses now, Christ, are on sailing vessels. In each case, identify the type of vessel from the description given. Firstly, developed from the carrack in the late 16th century, which 3-masted sailing ship was used both as a warship and a trading ship and formed part of the Spanish Armada of 1588?
A galleon?
Correct. Its name deriving from its association with piracy. Which 2-masted vessel was square-rigged on the foremast and fore-aft rigged on the mainmast?
Brigantine?
Brigantine is right. Built for the tea trade, the name of which type of mid-19th century vessel is believed to refer to its ability to beat the time of regular passage ships, a well-known example being the Cutty Sark.
Clipper.
Clipper is right. 10 points for this. Identify the poet who wrote these lines. Red lips are not so red as the stained stones kissed by the English dead. Kindness of wooed and wooer seems shame to their love pure.
Christ Spiloli.
Philip Larkin.
No? Anyone would like to have a go from Liverpool?
Liverpool Murphy.
Siegfried Sassoon?
No, right time, wrong poet. It's Wilfred Owen. 10 points for this. The river Ganges enters the sea in which large inlet of the Indian Ocean, bounded by the Andaman and the Nicobar Islands to the east?
Christ Wormswell.
The Bay of Bengal.
Yes. Your bonuses, Christ, this time are on astronomy. At the European Southern Observatory in Chile is an astronomical instrument whose name is abbreviated to VLT, standing for what?
Very large telescope.
Very large telescope.
Yes. The Very Large Array in New Mexico is formed of 27 separate elements that detect radiation in what section of the electromagnetic spectrum?
Radio.
Correct. Radio dishes that are thousands of kilometres apart can effectively be combined into a single instrument by a technique known as VLBI, meaning Very Long Baseline What?
Interferometry.
Correct. We're going to take our second picture round now. For your picture starter, several photographs of events which all happened in 1 year. 10 points if you can give me that year.
Christ Simonova.
1960.
It is 1960, yes. Elvis Presley leaving the army and the first edition of Coronation Street. So you get more images, 3 more sets of pictures from various different years of the 1960s. 5 points for each year you can identify, firstly.
Bannister, isn't it? It's Bannister. 50-something. No, 60s. 64.
1964.
No, it's 1967. Christian Barnard, the first heart transplant, the first US Supreme Court judge who was black, and so on. And Celtic winning the European Cup. Secondly, this year.
Russians in space. It's 60s. He is the 60s.
No, it's well before that. The Russians.
63.
60. No, it's not even last.
63. No, 62.
62.
62.
No, it's 63. It was the first woman in space, Dr. Beeching, and so on. And finally?
69.
69.
It is, yes. Right, 10 points for this starter question. The preservation of favoured races in the struggle for life is the subtitle of which book?
Christ Wormswell.
On the origin of species.
Correct. Your bonuses, Christ, are on terminology this time. Introduced into sociology by Herbert Spencer and Emil Durkheim in the 19th century, what term described their application of a biological metaphor to society?
Social Darwinism.
No, it's functionalism. Author of Argonauts of the Western Pacific in 1922, which Polish anthropologist developed the functionalist perspective in social anthropology?
Arn.
No, it's Malinowski, known for his experimental functional constructions of skyscrapers and for the maxim, form follows function. Which architect designed the Wainwright Building in St. Louis, completed in 1891?
No, that's too late. He was 57.
Let's have an answer.
Le Corbusier.
No, it's Louis Sullivan. 5¼ minutes to go. 10 points for this. Answer as soon as you buzz. If the diameter of a bacterium is 2.5 micrometres, how many such bacteria placed end to end would measure 1 centimetre?
Liverpool MacLeod.
40,000.
Anyone like to have a go from Christ? You may not confer. One of you ought to buzz.
Christ's Greaves.
4,000.
4,000 is right, yes. Christ, your bonuses this time are on castles and palaces in Germany. In each case, give the present-day German state in which the following are located. Firstly, for 5 points, Sanssouci, built for Frederick the Great, and the Orangery Palace, built in the mid-19th century.
If it's for Frederick the Great, it'll be in what it was Prussia, but they don't have a state called Prussia anymore.
Come on, let's have it, please.
Brandenburg.
Correct. The Baroque Zwinger Palace, begun by King Augustus the Strong from around 1710, and Castle Colditz, which dates to the 16th century.
Saxony.
Correct. Finally, the Nymphenburg, begun in the 17th century, and Neuschwanstein, built for King Ludwig II from 1869.
Bavaria.
Bavaria is right. 4 minutes ago, another starter question. The archaeological sites of Las Medulas in northwest Spain and Dolau Cothi in South Wales were in Roman times major sources of what metal?
Christ Wormswell.
Tin.
Anyone want to have a pop from Liverpool?
Liverpool Dobzhansky.
Iron ore?
No, it's gold. Another starter question. Edward Murdstone in Dickens's David Copperfield and Claudius in Shakespeare's Hamlet both stand in what relationship to the title character?
Christ Simonova.
Uncle.
Anyone like to have a go from Liverpool?
Liverpool Murphy.
Tutor, professor.
No, the answer's stepfather. Only one of them's an uncle. 10 points for this. Appearing together on Wikipedia's international homepage, the words Kautari, Ara and Recherche all translate to what 6-letter word in English?
Christ Simonova.
Search.
Search is correct. Your bonuses this time, Price, are on Canada. At 16.2 metres, the world's highest tide occurs in the Bay of Fundy, which separates New Brunswick from which other province of eastern Canada?
Newfoundland?
No, it's Nova Scotia. James Bay is a shallow southern extension of which Canadian bay, itself an inlet of the Arctic Ocean?
Hudson?
Correct. Hudson Bay is surrounded by Nunavut Territory, Quebec, Ontario and which other province?
Saskatchewan?
No, it's Manitoba. 2.5 minutes, 10 points for this. In a speech to the House of Commons in 1940, what did Winston Churchill describe as one who feeds a crocodile hoping it will eat him last?
Liverpool Jameson.
An appeaser.
An appeaser is right, yes. Here are your bonuses, this time Liverpool, on a filmmaker said to be loosely autobiographical and concerning two unemployed actors in the 1960s. The 1987 film Withnail and I was written and directed by which British filmmaker?
I can see it. I can't think of his name.
Sorry.
That was Bruce Robinson. Bruce Robinson made his debut as a screenplay writer with which Oscar-winning film of 1984 set in Cambodia?
Killing Fields?
Correct. After a hiatus of over 15 years, Robinson returned to directing with an adaptation of The Rum Diary, a novel about expat journalists in 1950s Puerto Rico by which American author?
Dos Passos?
No, it's Hunter S. Thompson. Another starter question. What form of precipitation results when one concatenates the chemical symbols of tin, oxygen and tungsten?
Christ Swanswell.
Snow.
Snow is right. Your bonus is this time on the periodic table, Chris. The 15 chemical elements with the atomic numbers 57 to 71 are known by what single-word collective term after the first element in the series?
Nominate Greaves.
Lanthanoids.
Lanthanoids is right. 3 of the lanthanoids have names derived from the town of Iterby. In which country?
Italy?
No, it's Sweden. Which lanthanoid takes its name from the Latin name for the capital of Sweden? Quickly.
Hebrabrizium.
Nominate Bololi.
Hebrabrizium.
No, it's Holmium. Another starter question. Which craggy Scottish headland is the extreme northwest point of the British mainland?
Christ Swanswell.
John O'Groat.
Liverpool? One of you buzz, come on. It's Cape Wrath. 10 points for this. Answer promptly when you buzz. Spell the name of the American state of Connecticut.
Christ Greaves.
Connecticut.
Correct. Your bonuses this time, Christ, are on Ireland. In each case, give the county, and at the gong, Liverpool University have 60, Christ College, Cambridge have 290. Well, I guess the questions didn't fall well for you guys at Liverpool, but you were up against very, very strong opposition tonight, so I'm afraid we're going to have to say goodbye to you. Christ, that is a fantastic score, even for a first-round match, so well done to you. We shall look forward to seeing you in round 2. I hope you can join us next time for another first-round match, but until then, it's goodbye from Liverpool University.
Goodbye.
It's goodbye from Christ College, Cambridge.
Bye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.
Antiques knowledge under scrutiny next on BBC Two as 4 passionate amateurs fight for the title of master, or follow the 3 cycling brothers into Tuscany and onto a bloody battle on Hannibal's trail on BBC 4 now.